And here come Bendigo the other way. Wilson. Wearing, nice pass. They fight for the rebound and Shyla Hill comes away with it. Here's Willoughby. Talked about her. Oh, nice drive to the basket, and she gets the first score of the ball game.
Wow, she made that look too easy. Just, shake and bake, got into the lane easily. Opposition coach won't be happy with that. It was that defensive set was somewhat of a sieve.
Here's Maley. Fires away off the mark. Rebound Willoughby. And something you talked about, Carrie. Flames already looking to push. Willoughby pulls up. Too strong. And Kelly Wilson comes down with a rebound. Griffin. Such a dangerous offensive threat. Three ball in the air. That's just off the mark. Good offensive rebound initially by Maley, but smartly stripped away by Heel. And Shyla Heel. They're going to pay her plenty of attention tonight. Kayard trying to find someone. Now Shervin fires away and hits.
Shervin looks nice on that little inside-out pivot for the nice little jumper off the low block.
Wilson using the screen from McKay. Nice little left-hand scoop shot for the deuce to get Bendigo on the board.
Neither coaches will be happy with the containment defense right now. A lot of players getting in the lane easily on that dribble penetration, whether they're coming off picks or not.
Willoughby again looking to attack. Nice pass and a short little jumper goes for Froling. It's a nice positive start for the Flames, Carrie.
Yeah, well, executing well, ball getting through sets of hands. We're getting a nice little look at Willoughby.
Griffin going backdoor, but Annalie Maley was out of bounds. Turnover, Sydney possession.
See extended defence now from Bendigo. See if they can keep the ball out of Shyla Hill's hands.
It's exactly what you talked about in the pre-game. It's kind of physical up and in and pressure D, 90 feet up the floor. Heel. Pulls up behind the line and it's too strong. Good offensive rebound though. And they'll reset. Really Froling on the glass. Heel. On the dribble drive and the score for Shyla Heel.
Yeah, defensive rotation isn't happening from either teams at the moment. Many athletes able to get their feet in the keys. We see Wairung do the same thing and she gets the finish.
And that's what you talked about. This lack of ball containment is an issue for both teams out of the gate.
Yeah, coaches will be making adjustment to that, certainly in a first time out, I'd imagine.
Keely Froling, of course, playing against her twin sister, Alicia, tonight. A bit of trash talking been going on between the two siblings all week as a foul is called.
Lots of physicality early that, both teams looking to rub people off picks. A couple of missed blockouts early, maybe a little bit of nerves and a bit of uncertainty, I think. Not having seen Sydney in a game yet, it's hard to predict what they might be doing. But here goes Bendigo on the break with Maley.
Maley, nice pass and good defensive recovery there. And Keely Froling knocks that away. And that'll stay with Bendigo with 18 on the shot clock. Hand off from Mackay. Great pass inside. It just leaves it short, but gets her own rebound, throws it up and off the mark. And look at the hustle down underneath. And that's going to go to Sydney.
When you look at Kelly Wilson play, you don't look at her and think that's an athlete playing in her 20th WNBL season.
I was about to say, incredible.
Superior fitness, stays on plays, classy inside dish then.
Schwerin. Munga Kahia. Fires away deep. 2 off the mark. And Bendigo looking to push. McKay down low, surrounded. She'll have to kick that out and they'll reset. Wilson using the McKay screen. Nice look to McKay from Kelly Wilson. What a play.
Yeah, just smart. She's attacking that ball screen. Sydney are playing drops off that ball screen defensively. They're sitting the big back, and Kelly Wilson's just putting the ball on the floor and going straight at that big, forcing a 2-on-1 scenario where she can get an inside look or the dump inside to her post player.
Munga Kahia on the dribble penetration draws the foul, and Tiana will go to the line for 2.
Coach Shane Hill's got to be, I'm sure he'll be happy with his start from Sydney. They're executing well, you know, a few things to tidy up defensively, I think, but they're getting on the glass, they're playing a good mix of tempos.
Incredible story, this young lady. And of course, he's headed for a great college career at Syracuse University, and in 2019 was diagnosed with breast cancer. And she's a great role model, Kerry, the way she fought through that. And really, this is kind of a new career almost for her, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, Shane Hill was saying he's known her since she was an under-12 athlete, and he's really excited to see what she can bring to the Sydney Flames team this year, particularly as a defender. And I think it's going to be an exciting next few years for her, like I say, almost a rebirth in terms of her basketball career.
Takes a seat. Vanessa Panousis will replace her. Griffin. Nice pass inside and nice hands from Willoughby. Knocked that out of bounds. Still Bendigo possession. There's Alicia Froling. The twin is into the game. Griffin. Wilson. Now foul is off the ball.
Charlotte Hill trying to absorb Kelsey Griffin's
Tough
roll
matchup.
down on the ball screen. Yeah, they got caught up and forced the switch, and you know, she was doing her best to try and hold Griffin up from getting to the rim, but unfortunately got called for the foul.
Pulling the trigger on 3, knocking it down, and the foul is Kelly Wilson.
And hangs the follow through up there, as great 3-point shooters do. The exclamation mark on that 3. Huge play for Bendigo.
Shyla Hill on the foul. Her first to the ball game. Can't get the 4-point play though, and that's knocked out of bounds by Froling. Sydney possession.
We'll see both teams extend wherever they can in the full court, whether that's off free throws or base out of bounds in the full court.
Panousis had a great season in the NBL 1 East with Sutherland this year, alongside Lauren Nicholson, who we saw last night. Here's Froling. The go to work, goes into the paint, leaves it short, and rebound to the twin. Wilson calling for a screen. Allie Wilson. Froling on the step through and the score.
Excellent finish on the left there, just took Kira Rowe down low and went to work.
Rowe on the handoff. And went up hard. There was a lot of ball in that. Willoughby nonetheless will go to the line for 2.
Dynamic on that penetration. She, you know, you can see she hasn't touched the ball for a little bit.
She's athletic as all get out,
yeah,
Carrie. It's obvious.
Dynamic, bouncy.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen her put it on the deck. She's got a nice pull-up mid-range as well. She can hit the 3.
Of course, coming off a terrible Achilles injury a couple of years ago, she swishes the first. And there's always that question mark, isn't it, when an athlete comes back from something like that, even with medical technology being what it is these days. But doesn't look like it's impacting her too much. Gets the second to 4.
And we've got a tussle here. 1-point ball game.
Oh, that's going to be a travelling violation, and the Flames pressure getting to Alicia Froling on that occasion. Kelly Wilson takes the seat. Here's Panousis. Willoughby. Long range deuce, in and out. And slapped out. Munga Kahia comes down with it. Nice look inside to Kira Rowe, but she blows a layup.
Well executed. They went at that switch action on the ball screen then, but couldn't finish the play.
A wide open three is off the mark. Munga Kahia looking to press the attack. Panousis using the Rowe screen. Mid-range J in the short corner is good. Or Froling.
She was happy with that one.
She can knock it down. She's got that kind of underrated outside range, Curly Froling.
Yeah, look, and she's extended that. She can shoot the three. She's probably the long two is a preference, but she's certainly, one of the perimeter, one of the bigs that can actually shoot the three for Sydney.
Well, I'm looking inside, and Alicia Froling fumbles it away. Sydney possession. Bendigo, their third turnover of the quarter. So we roll down to 2:30 left in the opening period. As we expected, it's gone back and forth. Panousis just launches one. And rebound to Griffin. There's Maley pulling up, short range, and just knocks it in. She just keeps adding to her game every year, it seems, Annalie Maley.
Yeah, she does look, and she's set the standard in terms of playing with relentless persistence. She's a machine on the glass, but we see her there shoot that little mid-range on the break. She's got a perimeter shot. She can put the ball on the deck.
Another long-range deuce, this time off the mark. And here's Maley again. Always looking to attack. Nice little look away, but she missed the layup. And here's Panousis the other way for the Flames. Munga Kahia. Nice look to Willoughby, and Willoughby draws the foul. And we talked about it, Carrie. Jocelyn Willoughby is causing some serious problems for the Bendigo D right now.
Yeah, she is. I think then we saw her cut. I mean, she's involved in everything. I think that's what the better players do. It's not just their ability to make things happen with the ball in their hands, but they make things happen without the ball in their hands. We see it, penetration by a teammate. She gets herself to the spot to either get an offensive rebound or receive a cheeky little pass inside.
Makes the first is Jocelyn. 5 points so far and one to come. Perfect 3 of 3 at the line. Let's see if I put the early curse on her, Carrie. Nah, she's too good for that.
The stroke's too good.
Yep. Good positive start for the Flames in their opening game of this Cygnett WNBL season. Again, heat up the floor. Maley. Kelly Wilson. Maley. Flames kind of in this extended zone. And Wilson loses it. Munga Kahia. Now Vanessa Panousis. Willoughby. Using the Kira Rowe screen. Panousis, but she stepped out of bounds. Right in front of the head coach. That is going to drive him nuts, Carrie Graff.
Yeah, it's not the way you like the ball turned over, but look, I think both teams haven't yet found a way to really punish the switching on the ball screens, particularly on the side pick and rolls. We're seeing a fair bit of screen switching on those. It'll be interesting to see if they can make an adjustment and really attack that. As we see Ali Wilson pull up for the two unsuccessfully.
They're trying to find McKay in the post. Can't get it to her. Now they do. Nice look to Annalie. 2 on the shot clock. 1. Ali Wilson at the buzzer. Banks it in.
Tough.
Just got it up in time.
See if Sydney will work the clock here and limit the amount of time Bendigo to have to play out a shot for this last quarter. 1 point ball game, 17 seconds to play as Willoughby puts it on the deck.
You can see on your screen there's about a 5-second difference between game and shot clock. Schwerin. And it's knocked away. Good hands by Wilson. 6 on the shot clock.
We would anticipate that it might be this woman here about to get the ball. It might be.
Bit of a give and go on the out of bounds play. Panousis harassed. 3 on the shot clock. 2. Panousis at the buzzer. And that's off the mark. 3 seconds left. Maley's quick enough. Half court shot. Look out. And too strong. But that is the end of the first period. An intriguing first period to be sure. And it is the Sydney Flames 16, the Bendigo Spirit 15. Carrie Graff.
Look, I think a great opening quarter. You know, first game for the Sydney Flames in this 22-23 Cygnett WNBL season. I think Coach Shane Hill will be happy with their performance today. I think they've executed offensively well. They're getting a nice spread of looks. I think they're playing 2 tempos pretty well. Tidy up the defence a little bit, particularly some of their ball screen defence and the containment. But all in all, a great start for the Sydney Flames. Yeah, look, I don't think there was, any major momentum swings. I think Sydney probably had the momentum early, but there was no major momentum swing either way. The coaches felt that, their teams, didn't need a break. They subbed pretty freely in that first quarter. So, there was no major issue that the coaches felt they needed to pull a timeout and hold the momentum. Yeah, look, I think they tied it up a little bit. It'll be interesting to see what both teams do with the ball screen. We're seeing a little bit of difference on the sides, a fair bit of switching, certainly from Bendigo. Some drops action, and I think that caused some problems offensively. That's where the teams were getting in the lane, so we'll see if it makes an adjustment.
Let's go to Mark Alabakov on the sideline in Bendigo.
Yeah, listened into the Bendigo huddle. So the communication for them was all about defensive transition and those first couple of steps on the changeover of possession. They wanted players to get back and get set, get the ball picked up to try and stem some of the pace that the Flames have been playing with. Their first offense here is weak, so there'll be a cross screen for a post to come to the ball side. They'll probably pump it inside to either McKay or Griffin on this possession.
Mark Alabakov there, and something you've seen as well, Carrie, obviously, looking to attack the interior, because we kind of talked about it a little bit. The Flames are undersized inside for sure. It probably needs to be more of a focus, right? Yeah,
we haven't seen Griffin down low yet. She's been on the perimeter a little bit more. We've seen McKay down low and receive some nice little inside catches, particularly from Kelly Wilson. So it'll be interesting to see what they look to do here. We heard former coach Alabakov talk about a cross-screen action and see if we can get the ball down inside for Bendigo.
So here we go, about to get the second period underway. Matt McQuaid and Carrie Graff, the legendary Carrie Graff, Hall of Famer. In commentary for you with Mark Alabakov on the sideline. Great to have your company here on 9 Now. You're watching the Cygnett WNBL. There's that screening action, and they look for McKay, but good job by the Flames defence, and Griffin has it knocked away, but Schwerin loses it out of bounds, so that'll stay with the Spirits. 7 on the shot clock.
Keely Froling defended that exceptionally well then. She kept space on Griffin's right drive, used her length, backed off her.
Wilson, nice little scoop pass, a hook pass inside, and a finish from Megan McKay.
Kelly Wilson just knows how to get her feet in the lane. She looks for divers to the point of the rim, and she and McKay have really got some nice action going together on that penetration and dish.
Abby Warong getting really physical with Shyla Hill there, which we kind of expected. Here's Schwerin. Heel. Willoughby. Nice inside look. Schwerin short on the jumper. And the rebound comes the way of Bendigo. Wilson. Looking inside. Tough pass for McKay to handle. And here's Sydney the other way.
clearly Bendigo's focus is to go inside to Mackay. You can see that that's a real focal point of their offense, both in transition and in the quarter court right now.
Willoughby. 3 ball. Bang.
Wow. She makes that look easy. Used the ball screen, crossed it over, just stood up and nailed that 3. Back iron. Beautiful.
9 points for Jocelyn. Going baseline. Strong finish. Inside there. Great move.
Alex Wilson's dynamic. You know, she's been around the league for quite a while, bounced around to a few teams, but she's a great addition to this Bendigo group. You know, she can put the ball on the floor hard, as we saw then, dynamic, finds a way to finish.
Yeah, a strong season for the Spirit in WNBL 22. 9 points per game. 77% from the charity stripe last season. And gets that to fall for the 3-point play to give Bendigo the lead.
We've got an arm wrestle here. I think this is going to be an arm wrestle that goes all the way. We haven't seen any momentum swings really yet. None of note. We'll see Wairang matched up on Shyla Heel.
Panousis launches. It's way off. And here's Griffin the other way.
Griffin showing her point guard skills. She's multi-talented. Inside again to Mackay.
And the foul. Another 3-point play opportunity. And it's a great call by you, Carrie. That's exactly the focus for the Spirit. Attack the interior.
Interesting to see here what the Sydney Flames do. You know, she's getting her man on her back, deep seal. Finish that one. Do they make the change up? Do they throw Keely Froling onto her to change it up? Does that then force Griffin to go inside? But I think they've got to make an adjustment here. That's just
rebound.
Bendigo going to the well until the well runs dry. And right now it's put them in the lead.
Rebound off a missed free throw. Offensive rebound is going to darken Coach
Switch down
Hill's
low.
move. They go inside to Griffin, and smartly that was thrown off Griffin's leg by Schwerin. Sydney possession.
Sydney did a pretty good job then. There was a switch. Shyla Hill was on Griffin, rolled her down low, and they got a 3-way switch coming with the next defender. So got out of jail on that one.
So here's Panousis. Nangaka here. Goes to the rack, leaves it short. Rebound Mackay. Here comes Wilson the other way. Griffin. Nice screen pull up. Elbow J is good.
Wow.
From Abby Wairang.
Made that look easy. Little pump fake to start it. Puts the ball on the floor, uses the ball screen, finds herself wide open, naked in fact, at the free throw line.
Their first timeout of the game.
Momentum swing here. Certainly momentum's gone Bendigo's way.
Cygnett is powering the WNBL with its extensive range of charging products, including power banks for your phone. Thanks to Cygnett, your favourite players will stay charged this season on and off the court. Power your life with Cygnett. Visit cygnett.com. So, what's Coach Heel? What's that message going to be in the timeout, do you think, Carrie?
It's got to be all defence here. That they've got to make an adjustment to what's happening down low. The ball's going down low. They're clearly looking to isolate. Megan Mackay is a focal point, and then they've got to tidy up their ball screen defence. I think they'll be the two focus areas for Coach Shane Hill. Bendigo will be saying more of the same. Let's see are they going to change it up here? Do we see a little bit of zone defence? Do we see a different matchup on the bigs? Do we see a different scheme on the ball screen? It'll be interesting to see what they do coming out of this timeout.
Let's go to Mark Alabakov on the sideline.
Yeah, Coach Shane Heel came in pretty calm and collected and just, I think, settled the team down, told them that, we have to grind this one out, this is what we expected, and then their conversation shifted to some actions within their offensive system. So they've got this staggered screen action, they've got a pin in, they've got the UCLA to the flex action that they're running. He thinks they're getting bogged down on the first side of the floor, and he wants the ball to change sides to the second and third to try and find time and space for their three-point shooters to get going or dribble penetration angles to open up. Learnt a long time ago from Coach Guy Malloy that the best shots live on the weak side of the floor, so that's what they'll be looking for here.
Mark Heller back off there. It's great to have his insight on the coverage tonight. Wayrum pulls up, hits. And I must say, I mean, it's one thing to talk about their offense, Carrie, but I would have thought that the defense is really the issue because they're getting dominated in the middle at the moment.
Absolutely. And they're looking to go to certain things right now. Their focus before was to try and go down low and go at Mackay. In that set, they're clearly trying to go at Shiloh Hill. They forced a switch off the handoff as we see Maley on the break, on the end of the break.
And Bendigo are putting it on the Flames right now. That's a 10-0 run for them. Heel launches it. That's too strong. She's struggling so far.
Interesting to see how long Coach Shane Hill will leave Willoughby off the floor for. You know, she was dynamic for them. Does he inject her back in before this lead blows out anymore?
Mackay forces it up. Too strong. Offensive rebound. Guess who? Emily Maley. And they'll reset. Wilson.
Again, the roll down by Mackay.
Griffin just lets it fly and hits. And Bendigo are dominating right now. Another timeout. And this thing all of a sudden's blown out. 12-0 run. They lead by 11. Carrie Graff.
Yeah, look, I think, as we said, I think it's defensive adjustments now. Bendigo are pretty much doing what they like. Tough shot from Griffin. It was over her hand, but once again, Megan Mackay had her player on her back on a deep seal, exposed. Griffin took the shot. Knew Mackay was there for the boards. There's got to be some defensive adjustments, I think, from the Sydney team now, which we may well see.
It's going to be tough though, because as we've talked about, I mean, they aren't a big team. What defensive adjustments can they make? Do they need to go back into that zone, do you think?
Possibly throw a zone, see what, Bendigo...
Junk it up a little bit, maybe?
Pack it, all the scores are coming from the interior.
Yeah.
Even throw it for one or two plays just to see what happens. See if they'll make the outside shot. I mean, they've got shooters, but the shooters have to make it. So right now, all the scoring is interior from the bigs.
Sydney shooting the ball at 26% from the field, 6 of 23. The Spirit, on the other hand, 14 of 25, 56%. But listen to this, Carrie. Points in the paint. Bendigo 24, Sydney 4.
Yeah, it's the story of the game. That's where that 11-point margin is coming from right now. It's from their interior scores are from dribble penetrations off ball screen action and then pumping the ball down low to their rim rollers.
Shiloh Hill trying to get on track. She's only got the 2 points on 1 of 5 from the field. Panousis, Hill.
See a little bit of zone action here from Bendigo, a little 3-2 zone it looks like perhaps.
Willoughby, 5 on the shot clock.
Nice penetration.
Panousis, that's off the mark. And here come Bendigo again. Maley, another layup, another score. Wow.
Their tempo push is exceptional, when they're locking it up at the defensive end, they're getting out and running, and that's, giving them some easy buckets. I mean, they must have 3 or 4 transition buckets.
Sydney have not scored in some time. Willoughby, Rowe, hand off Heel. Great defense, Griffin. Schwerin with a nice rip through and draws the foul.
Kira Rowe, I think it was.
Oh, you're right. Check that, Kira Rowe, yep. Excuse me.
Bendigo, I've got to say, Bendigo are doing a great job defensively on Shiloh Hill. But she's not getting any easy touches, any easy looks. She had to take a deep range 3 earlier.
Willoughby is impressive in the first period. Nice look. And there's the score from Kira Rowe.
Yeah, Willoughby's ability to put the ball on the deck and get in the lane is huge for Sydney. They need more of that.
Now firing away from deep and knocking it down. And she's happy about that. Madam Griffin finally got one to fall. We know what an outstanding 3-point shooter she is. Kelsey's got 5.
Big bucket, that one. Another momentum push out as we see Willoughby feed the ball inside to Keely Froling. Backs Annalie Maley down, can't get the finish, rebounds her own shot and the finish on the second.
Needed that. So it's back to 12. Wera. Good hands from Shyla Hill, knocks it away, but Bendigo recovers. Now throwing it up. It's a tough shot from Wilson. Again, another O board. Here's Wera. 5 on the shot clock. Throwing it up and scoring. It's all falling. Alicia Froling. Bendigo just on fire.
Bendigo's focus is clearly to get the ball inside, both on dribble penetration and pass penetration. At the moment, at will, they can get the ball in the lane.
Heel, 3. Too strong. And then another rebound to Annalie Maley.
On the break again, go Bendigo.
Oh, good run, good pass. Maley just can't get it to count. Just about. Here's Willoughby the other way with a step through, and that's off the mark. Froling fights for the rebound.
Keely Froling's work rate has been superb, I think. She just hasn't had the benefit of getting some, loads of inside touches or finishes, but defensively she's been tough. She's been great on the boards.
Griffin, 3. In and out.
It.
Rebound to Willoughby. Nice inside pass and a nice finish there from Shyla Heel.
Coach Shane Hill will be happy with that movement. Ball goes inside to Keely Froling.
Coach Hill complaining to the official that Shyla was fouled. Official completely ignores him. Timeout has been called. Bendigo with a solid 12-point advantage.
Yeah, look, I think that, their transition push has been superb, but again, their ability to get the ball in the paint, both on dribble penetration, on feeding it down low to sealers, and then, you get the 4-time WNBL champion, former league MVP, the great Kelsey Griffin, stroking a huge 3 to give her team a bit more juice and momentum.
She's had an amazing career, and she started this season absolutely in fuego. I mean, she's averaging, coming into this ball game, 18 points a game, 7.5 rebounds, but it's the shooting numbers. 69% from 3, 61% from the field as a whole. Remarkable.
Yeah.
Short sample size, I grant you, but still,
yeah,
that's the kind of talent she has. Let's go to the sideline in Bendigo and Mark Alabakov.
I think that was a timeout just to settle the troops. There wasn't a whole lot of communication in terms of instruction in response to anything happening in the game. Just more a chance to kill the momentum because they had a timeout in the bank, and they've called a play here to get a curl cut into a seam on-ball screen to try and get the ball back inside.
There's that pick. Nice pass inside. Good defense though, but there's Maley. And we've got a whistle here. Kind of a late whistle. And they're going to go the other way. Offensive foul.
Wow.
Call that on Alicia Froling.
Again, we see Bendigo being able to get the ball deep into the lane off their ball screen action. Sydney are playing a sort of, a passive defensive scheme on that by dropping their big off, and it's allowing the guard to just get in the lane and drive straight at that big. Got off the hook that time with the charge foul, but I think, we may see in the second half with a bit more time to talk about it at half time, some different looks on their ball screen D.
Willoughby. Heel. Preferring to set the pick. Heel looks inside, just can't find a good D that time.
Switch on the ball screen there. We see
low shot clock, and there's the steal. And an easy layup coming up for number 23. Kelsey Griffin with another score.
Big minute and a half here for the Sydney Flames. Can they hold their medal here and get a conversion? But definitely they've got to come up with a couple of stops. They don't want to go into half time 20 points down. Defensive intensity huge by Bendigo Spirit here. They're in the lanes, shaking the thing loose as we see Keely Froling step,
away.
pivot, and gets it to drop over KG.
Nice soft touch for the score, Froling over Griffin. Now pull up. And it's an air ball. Not sure Emily is on balance there. Here's Willoughby the other way. Throws it up and it's off the mark. And oh, Maley.
Big hit.
That was a big hit. She is pretty tough. Straight up off the floor. Is Emily.
Hit in the mouth, it looks like. No blood.
It's amazing when you look at her physically. She's not the biggest, not the strongest, but she out-toughs everybody.
Yeah, that she does. See some staggered screen action from Bendigo. They'll use the bulk of this clock to get themselves a good shot. Let's see them if they rim roll again.
And it's going to go the other way on a moving screen. Megan McKay called for that one.
Call Sydney Flames definitely needed. Can they get a conversion here? Get that, chip away at that lead, get it back under double digits before half time. 2 possessions to go into half time here. Let's see what the Sydney Flames have got.
Panousis. Sure. Willoughby fires. And she's short with it. Great strong rebound there to Griffin.
That was a great block out on Keely Frollings. You see Maley go at the rim.
And she went so deep in the rim to the rack before she was met. And they recover that time.
I just run a seam ball screen here. Ali Wilson playing off Megan Mackay. Keeps her feet, dump inside,
throws
not
it away.
so.
Here's Shyla Hale on the way, short with it. But that is half time here at the Red Energy Arena. And the Bendigo Spirit on the back of an exceptional scoring run early on in this quarter. They've taken a 39-27 lead to half time. Carrie Graff.
Yeah, look, I think it's, Bendigo have been classy. I think both ends of the floor, they've, defensively, they're applying pressure. They're doing a great job to make the shots that Sydney Flames get tough, contested shots over a hand. There's nothing easy coming for the Sydney Flames. They're not, Sydney Flames, having said that, aren't shooting the ball exceptionally well, but I think that's credit to the Bendigo Spirit's pressure. As we see some stats come up on the screen there, rebounds is huge. Bendigo 25-15. That's a massive possession difference.
G'day, I'm here with the evergreen Kelly Wilson. Massive second quarter. You've got more points in the paint than the Flames have total points. Was that the game plan coming in?
I think obviously the first quarter we were neck and neck, and second quarter we were able to push it and get some transition layups. And look, we've missed a few easy shots as well, so we'll look to fix that in the second half.
And how difficult is it playing a team that's sight unseen? The Flames playing their first game for this Cygnett WNBL season. Haven't seen them play. What's the game plan when you come into that type of an affair?
Yeah, look, it's strange for a team to have a bye in round one, but obviously we're coming into the unknown. We know specific players, but it is what it is, and we wanted to come out and get off to a good start, and we have, so we're looking forward to the second half.
Amazing. Good luck for the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Mark Alabakov there with the veteran. Ali Wilson having a strong game. Once again, that score, it's Bendigo 39, Sydney 27. We're going to take a break here on 9 Now, but stay with us. You're watching the Cygnett WNBL.
It's the biggest WNBL season yet, and superstar Lauren Jackson returns. Turn it up. Don't miss a block, basket, or game winner. Steal the win. WNBL, live on 9 Now.
I have a family that I have to get back to.
The wait
Gather.
is over.
And I know that's something that you understand. Welcome home. We're being hunted.
More sinkholes are coming.
How deep
Let's go!
does the mystery go?
You are never going to believe what happened.
La Brea Season 2. Stream the latest episodes on 9 Now.
I've always loved the idea of saving a house from demolition.
Shayna brings her own family on a labor of love.
We're building a house!
Grand plans,
It's going to be a bell tower.
epic disasters,
The wind has just ripped everything off.
and Shayna's personal style revealed in every episode.
This is the dream.
New Country Home Rescue.
It's special.
starts Wednesday, 7:30 on 9.
Do not underestimate the power of a good blind. Take this exhausted couch. Now it stands before you. Magnifique. Even this cocktail of dead skin is gracefully waltzing. Da 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 da. DIY blinds. Change the ugly.
Introducing She Hoops, an Australian-first online platform for women in basketball. From live mentoring sessions to panel sessions, exclusive interviews with the biggest names in the sport, education and upskilling courses.
Certainly when I reflect on being a younger coach, the majority of the times I would be one of the only women, even in coach programs. You know, even now there's times where you might be, you know, one of two women in rooms that you're in.
I was the only woman in the room. What gave me the confidence was I was an athlete. And because you've been able to draw, I have been able to draw on myself, but I was able to excel and compete at a really high level. And so what did that tell me? That told me that wherever I could go or wherever I was, I could compete.
There's one voice on my shoulder saying I'm a badass and I belong here, and then there's another shoulder that's saying, you know, you've got a whole host of women behind you, and this is important to get right. And so to do it with grace, but to do it with dignity, and you know, just to go into it with the headspace, I belong to be here, and I have something to say, and I'm going to listen to them, and they're going to listen to me.
Even though I'd sort of built confidence through my coaching career, I would listen and take things in before I felt comfortable enough or confident enough, and that is shifting, but it's still going to take time. There's still a plethora of rooms that you're in that aren't very diverse.
How do we change that narrative where women and men are as smart as each other? They just sound different.
You feel a little different, right? I'm a big believer in self-talk. I can do this. I belong here, and you realize that every person you know has some kind of insecurity, right? Questions of themselves that make them wonder whether they belong. And so you're just kind of like, I'm good. Really important, especially for women. Women will, I can't do this. No, you can do it, and you will.
It's very intimidating if you're in a room full of males. I think if you walk around with confidence and you feel like you can fit in, you know, in that moment, I think that's great.
Towards the start, when I first started coaching at a higher level, it was super difficult to find that balance of how do we act in front of females, what do we talk about? But I think putting yourself out there, showing the stuff that you can do, being confident in yourself, voicing your opinion is something that definitely helps when you are the only female in the room, for sure.
I have experience being the only woman in the room. You know what, I still don't even think I have the confidence to stand up and have my voice be heard. At the moment, that's something that I haven't really learned to do, because that's a part of, you know, my learning and my development that I really need to work on, and confidence is a huge part of that.
nights of Brixmas, Channel 9 gave to me a fresh batch of new celebrities. So come with me, Australia, on a Lego journey. 2 nights of magic for every family. You won't want to miss this Brixmas, there's so much to see. So tune in and watch it on your TV. Or phone or iPad, any screen's fine. Merry Brixmas!
Lego Masters Brixmas starts Sunday, November 20 on 9 and 9 Now. TV's tastiest challenge is back.
Welcome to Snack Masters.
Tim Tams, Cheezels, Snakes Alive, Magnum, and more.
Dare to replicate the snack.
The greatest chefs in the country attempt to crack our tastiest Aussie snacks.
What do you reckon? Doable?
Do you take pride?
The Snack Masters trophy is all mine.
New Snack Masters, soon on 9.
Welcome back to Red Energy Arena. I'm just about to get the third period underway. Bendigo up 39-27. And Carrie, what adjustments can the Sydney Flames make to get back into this ball game?
Look, I think they're going to be more aggressive defensively on what they're doing with their ball screen D. They've got to make some adjustments. They've got to get on the glass. I mean, they're getting absolutely pumped on the rebound count, 25-15. They've got to get some inside scores. I think they've got to get the ball to Jocelyn Willoughby and let her go to work some more, get her engaged. I think Bendigo have done a wonderful job on Shyla Hill and limited her impact on the game, but Bendigo are playing both ends of the floor superbly right now. It's going to be tough for Sydney to turn it around, but they've got to get that done in this third quarter.
So we're underway in the second half. Matt McQuaid and Carrie Graff here with you on 9 Now. You're watching the Cygnett WNBL. Here's Heel. He really struggled to get anything going in the first half. Rolling launches, that's off the mark. And rebound, McKay. Another one.
Pick and pop action there off the ball screen for Keely. Frolling launches a three. Unfortunately for Sydney, they're just not shooting the three well tonight. 9% currently from the three-point line as we see McKay shoot the little elbow jumper. Unlucky for that not to drop.
He's Heel the other way. Rolling, handoff Willoughby. Isolated against Kelsey Griffin. Good D by Griffin. Has to kick it out.
Tough D.
And McKay here. 4 on the shot clock. Nice pass. And Sherman just leaves it agonising on the rim, but here's Shyla Hill. And it'll fall.
They needed that. Just not, the ball's not dropping for Sydney. 29% from the field. Like I said before, 9% from the three-point line. They needed that bucket though, and they're hanging around. They're within 10, but you know, the way they're playing at the moment, it looks like it's a 15, 20-point ball game. Bendigo have got the better of them, but it's a 10-point ball game, so there's still Still well within touch as we see Wilson again put the ball on the deck, get in the lane, draw some help, make the inside dump to Mackay, who unfortunately couldn't keep a handle on that.
And knocked out of bounds by Hannah Schwerin. 14 on the shot clock. Griffin. Wilson. Isolated against Froling. Griffin on the rip through. Tries to get it inside. It's knocked away. That'll stay with Bendigo. The clock showing 1.5. And this is just going to be a lob pass and a quick shot for the Spirit.
Griffin pops to the corner.
Air ball. And 24-second shot clock violation. Sydney possession.
Keely Froling did a good job to contest that shot. Not foul. Looks like she got a piece of it.
And as you said, Carrie, it does feel like this should be a 20-point ball game, but like we saw last night, that great game, Townsville-Adelaide.
And I think that speaks
momentum can shift.
Yeah, to gritty teams. You know, Shane Hill coach teams are always going to stay in it. They're always going to have a fight and have a crack, as we see Willoughby. Beautiful on the left. Goes left, pull up Jay, couple of dribbles. She is smooth.
11 for Jocelyn Willoughby, first Sydney player into double figures. As they try to look inside to McKay, and it's knocked out of bounds.
And we see a little adjustment there. Chevron then has gone with a full front on Megan Mackay, and we saw Shyla Hill come in behind and help. So they clearly made an adjustment on that interior post play, which is good to see.
Nice cut by Annalie Maley, easy inbound pass, good look from Abby Warung.
Just as you chip it back to 8, they push it back out with a nice, well-executed base out of bounds play.
8.7 rebounds for Annalie. Heel looking for Willoughby. Maley all over her.
Bendigo's defence is smothering. They're playing great space on the perimeter, you know, denying, pushing them outside the three-point line as we see it go inside to Keely Froling with a little turnaround to the right shoulder.
But again, that ball denial and that pressure just causing havoc. Great pass inside and an easy finish for Megan Mackay.
Bendigo just spaced the floor exceptionally well. They get it on the deck and they find the big down low, causing major problems and headaches for the Sydney Flames.
Froling. Peel on the up fake and hits.
She'll breathe a sigh of relief with that one. Not perfectly timed shot fake. Got way rung in the air and then stroked the nice little long two.
Griffin, 3 the other way, no good. And rebound, Schwerin.
Tempo push by Shyla Hill, gets it up the floor.
Peel. You know she's a streaky shooter. When she gets hot, she gets hot.
Bendigo then looked to really extend their pressure on Shyla Hill, trapped that ball screen, pushed her back towards the centre court. You know, again, showing different things on the ball screen, being disruptive by throwing different schemes at the Sydney Flames.
And the end result, Keely Froling will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, for as well as Bendigo are playing, Sydney just do a wonderful job of hanging around. You know, they'll get this back with a conversion from Keely Froling back to 8 points with 6 minutes to go in this third quarter.
And they do. And a solid start to this period for the Sydney Flames after they were dominated in the second.
Excellent defensive pressure by Manga Kahia.
Now launching a 3, and that's what we talked about. This girl extending her range, and that is dangerous for the rest of the league if the league MVP develops a consistent 3-point shot. Big hit.
Off the hip, over a hand. That was tough.
And Kahia.
Yeah, we see switching defense by Bendigo on the ball screen. 3-way switch.
Sharon fires away. That's off the mark. And rebound, Wayrung. Again, they look to push the pace and knocked away nicely. They had Mackay, but Sharon was there.
Yeah, maybe a bit of fatigue setting in for Mackay, but having said that, the Sydney Flames are really looking to plug in from the perimeter to make those tough catches for Mackay.
We've got one referee, I think, called a foul. Keely Froling is furious. The other referee called a travelling violation. Xavier Waring takes the seat, and Vanessa Panousis come for Bendigo. Vanessa Panousis will enter the game for the Flames.
Still an arm wrestle here. You know, Bendigo played a superb second quarter, but Sydney have managed to, you know, halt them up a little bit here in this third quarter as Wilson puts the ball back on the deck. Out to Maley with
again.
the stroke.
Back-to-back triples for Annalee Maley. And suddenly it's blown out to 14. And now she gets a hand in the passing lane. What was that term? Relentless persistence? I mean, we're seeing it on display. This girl has some kind of motor. And if you want to... I love players like that, you know, that are so competitive and just have that tank.
Yeah,
she's one of them. Damien Martin is obviously, you know, I put him on a pedestal. She's right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
She is outstanding. Froling. Nice seal and a finish for
excellent
the import.
high-low action.
Shervin knocks it in.
Wayrung downhill. Can't make the little left-hand scoop. Thought she was fouled. Not to be called.
Here's Panousis the other way. Willoughby.
Wow.
That was a nice move. Almost fumbled away. And Shyla Heel steps back. 3-ball. Got it.
Signature Shyla Heel. She loves that little left-hand step back. They needed that. They stay in touch. Down 9, 4:20 to play in this third quarter.
Another big hit. Here's Maley. Looks inside. Nice finish left-handed from Alicia Froling. Beautiful feet from Maley.
Bendigo's
doing
offensive execution. They're playing with great poise, a right balance of tempo. They're doing things that, you know, they cut hard, they set great screens, but their offensive composure is exceptional.
Panousis. Now air ball fired up.
Short by Rowe. Maley on the tempo push.
Maley
downhill.
Blows past Panousis and the finish. My goodness. Timeout, Sydney. Annalee Maley is putting on a show in this third period choreograph.
She is. She's up to 14 now. You know, she's on her way to a double-double. I mean, she and Kelsey Griffin are essentially double-doubles week in, week out. You know, they can... You guarantee you're going to get 10 boards from each of those. And then what they do scoring, you know, I think that's one of the strengths of this Bendigo Spirit team is they've got players that can, you know, probably 3 or 4 players that can get a double-double. You know, Kelly Wilson's got the capability to do that in terms of assists with scores. So they get this team, in my mind, is a top four team.
They're a championship contender legitimately. I guess you'd say if they are a top 4 team in this league.
Well, I think anyone that's in the top 4 is a championship contender. I think it's pretty early to call, but I think, you know, what they've got, and if they can stay healthy, I think they've got a great mix of veteran talent with some youth. They've got great balance on their group. You know, they're good to watch. But having said that, this Sydney Flames team, the first time we're seeing them this season, they find a way to hang around, similar to the game last night with Adelaide and Townsville. You know, these teams are gritty. They find a way to make a big shot, turn a play.
Let's go to the sideline. Mark Alabakov.
Yeah, Coach Shane Heel just talked about the defensive breakdowns, that they would get in touch by that around 9-point margin, have a deep breakdown or 2, and then suddenly the margin's back out. He talked about them communicating actions and just holding their concentration for longer stretches on the defensive end. He liked the high-low look that they had earlier for Kira Rowe, and he's asking Keely Froling to try and flash to the free throw line to get some high post catches and for her to create, whether it's for herself or for others.
Yeah, well, she just did that, got a high post rip from the elbow as we see her twin sister on the left hand hook.
Fights for the rebound, gets it back, can't score. And that's going to stay with the Spirit.
The veteran Kelly Wilson instructing what she wants here. On the base out of bounds play.
Gets it straight and Froling who scores.
Well executed.
That's how you execute. Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. Absolutely.
Nice little alley on the base out of bounds play to Alicia Froling with the left-handed finish.
It's a 15-point margin. Heel. Warung's done a terrific job on her tonight.
There's him switching there on the ball screen. They can do that with a bigger guard like Wayrung.
And Rose off the mark with that turnaround. shot. And Kelly Frolling's close to being tacked, I think. She's had a few words to say. The referee is giving her a bit of a warning.
Matched up on her twin sister now. No love lost on the floor between them. A lot of love off the floor, I'm sure, but...
Yeah, as we said, a lot of trash talk during the week. Who was the better sister?
I'm sure that, and their parents, both wonderful basketballing parents, would not have a favourite.
And the twin gets called for the offensive foul on the moving screen. And this is Bendigo's biggest lead of the ball game. But I refused to go early. I learnt my lesson last night, Carrie.
Big two minutes here for Sydney. Can they get a score on this one? Will we see another high-low action? Will we see Keely Froling rip it from that elbow? We see Jocelyn Willoughby over the top off a pick. Get it with it. Staggered ball screens.
See if they can get her going. So impressive in that first half. Yeah, just some hand fighting underneath. And call that foul on Ellie Wilson.
I think Bendigo have done a good job when they have got in switching scenarios. They've got tall guards, way rungs, a good 5'10", as is Alex Wilson. They can defend. They can hold their own down low on a smaller post player that is the Sydney Flames. It's been an effective defensive scheme for them.
Sure.
Side ball pick for Willoughby with a little step back, feeds it back inside.
Oh, Griffin in there. Great D, first of all now. Big collision, and Kelsey went down hard. She's been tough. Back up quickly.
Maybe the jaw, holding her left jaw.
Yeah. Ouch.
Looks like she's okay, thankfully.
Those are the ones that really hurt. Those are the real stingers. Those head clashes.
Buying a bit of time for herself, I'm sure. Taking the hair tie out, back in. It's a veteran move.
Yep, veteran
Excuse me,
move.
referee. I've got to fix my hair.
Did you ever have to do that as a player, or did it as a player?
I was on the bench most of the time, so you could have your hair however you liked.
You're a lot better than that as a player, I seem to recall. All good.
Big 2 minutes here for the Sydney Flames, as we mentioned. Down 15, 2 minutes to go in the third. Can they get it back under 10 to go into the fourth quarter? Or will the Bendigo Spirit be able to push it out here? We see a little 2-3 zone from Sydney, a nice little change up. And Griffin launches.
Off the mark from deep. And Shyla Hill the other way. Willoughby looking to attack, but out of bounds. Stepped on the line.
I'm sure her agility is impressive.
Yeah, you kind of feel like they need to run some more stuff for her, because she was so impressive early and such a threat to Bendigo defensively, but a lot of her stuff has just come out of ISO situations and pick and pops. And then speaking of the three-point shooter, knocking it down, and it's out to a game high 18 now. Big finish to the quarter. Ooh, almost slapped away, another turnover, but they called a foul underneath. It's going to be side out. Fourth team foul for Bendigo.
Griffin with the came around the top side of that, or the low side of that post player. Referee deemed that she just had a low hand on the hip, I think. But Griffin really making things happen for her team right now, leading from the front, involved defensively, involved offensively.
Even in the inbounds there, the Flames having a difficult time.
Yeah, the defensive pressure, particularly in this half and quarter court by Bendigo, has been impressive. Attacking on that ball screen D, they're looking to trap Shyla Hill. If she breaks that.
Nice floater from Shyla Hill, gets it to go. And finally, they get on the board. And it has been tough sledding over the last few minutes for the visiting team.
Shyla Hill up to 11 points now. See if she can give them a little more. Can she get a play down the stretch here in the third quarter as Maley's feeling it and strokes it from the corner?
Unbelievable. Annalie Maley just on fire right now. 21 in the ball game, 9 of 15 from the field for the defending league MVP. Another outstanding performance Now pull up from Willoughby is too strong. Gets her own rebound. She's in traffic. Another rebound for Willoughby. Physical. Good D from Griffin. And it's out of bounds. What a defensive stop. They just they surrounded her. And you were spot on, Carrie. Griffin is leading the way defensively for this unit. Timeout with 25 seconds left in the period.
Kept her feet, kept space, just exceptional, smart defence by Kelsey Griffin then. It's back out to 18.
This timeout is brought to you by DIY Blinds, Australian-made window furnishings that are designer quality at the best prices. Order your free samples today at diyblinds.com.au. You look at the shooting numbers, and they're pretty glaring. 54% for the Spirit, 32% for the Flames, and again, the points in the paint, 38 to the Spirit and just 18 for the Flames, Kerry.
Yeah, that's the ball game. I mean, you know, and I think the shooting percentages for Sydney are a lot to do with Bendigo's pressure. You know, they're not getting wide open looks. Most of the shots they're taking are highly contested. You know, Shila's made some big shots, step backs over her hand, got in the lane then, but, you know, whereas you look at the other end, Bendigo are getting some pretty open look and less contested shots. You know, they're on the rim, they're getting one-on-one scenarios with mismatches. So I think that's certainly the story of the game, as is the rebound count. You know, it's 35 to 22. I mean, having said that, when there's a lot of defensive boards for Sydney, for Bendigo to get in prime position when your opposition's shooting the ball so poorly.
Well, there's almost a steal. And they're going to run out of clock here, and they do. 8-second violation. Let's go to the sideline and Mark Alabakov.
Yeah, the coach out at Bendigo just drew up a play to deal with the 2-3 zone. So they were looking to get a high post catch. They wanted Kelsey Griffin in the short corner, either to catch for her jumper or cutting to the basket. Great counter move by Coach Shane Heal to come with the extended pressure to blow that up.
Here's Heal. And now again, Griffin, she's everywhere right now.
Defensively, she's been exceptional. I think that's been one of the highlights for this Bendigo team in this game. Griffin defensively has been huge. Abby Wayrung's job on Shyla Heal's been exceptional.
And Heal throws it away. Didn't really have the angle. Looking for Froling on the inside. 5.8 on the clock. Wilson. Gets it ahead now. Pull up three at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. Rebound is no good from McKay. And that is the end of the third period with your score. The Bendigo Spirit 60, the Sydney Flames 42. Carrie Graff.
Yeah, look, I think Sydney will try and hang around, but I just think this Bendigo Spirit at home, their third game of the season, they look like a well-oiled machine, and it's game 3 for them in this 2022-23 Cygnett WNBL season. So, you know, I could sit back here and say, you know, is this going to blow out to 25 or 30? But Sydney won't go away. They're not going to roll over. They'll still have a crack. We might see some other defensive change-ups again from Shane Heal. Will they throw a bit more zone? Will they stay in that? Will they look at some other trap scenarios? But, you know, Bendigo are looking great both ends of the floor. Their intensity defensively is mammoth.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I think that's really the key. We just have a look at the stats here. Mananalee Maley, just what a spectacular third period. 21 points, 8 rebounds for her. And it's something you mentioned again, just the even spread of scoring.
Yeah, and that's what makes great teams great, is they're hard to defend. Tonight it's Maley on the glass, but, you know, they're going to finish with 4 or 5 potentially in double figures, you know, a couple as double-doubles. And I think that's what that's what playoff teams do, and that's what championship teams do.
Let's go to the sideline and Mark Alabakov. We don't seem to have Mark. We'll come to him in a moment.
Yep, I'm here, sorry.
No, there you go. Sorry, Mark. Mark, let's have a sideline report.
Yeah, the Bendigo Spirit chatted about the press break, so they want to try and draw the interest of the double team anytime Sydney brings two people to the ball, and then get ball reversal to attack all of the space that they've created. They're looking to try and attack this Sydney lineup offensively by getting the ball back inside like they did in that first half, and they want to try and get some three-point shots with weak side hammer screens. So that's when a player will come and back screen someone on the wing who'll drop to the corner and get an open corner three.
Nice hands there from Froling. Mackay throws it up. Can't get it to fall. Rebound, Munga.
Aggressive zone D then by Sydney to open that fourth quarter. As we called it, Shane Hill looking to do something different, and that certainly unsettled Bendigo.
Willoughby.
Again, the pressure D.
Yeah, throws it away. Griffin comes away with it. For the dump inside, and just leaving it short was Emily Maley, but it stays with Bendigo.
The intensity and the active feed of Sydney in that zone, that zone first time was impressive. Let's see what they're going to do on the base out of bounds here. They're going back to man on the base out of bounds. As Kelsey Griffin launches from the top for three, and chases her own rebound.
Oh, what a pass, my goodness, and the finish. Oh my goodness, Kelsey Griffin, take a bow.
MVP to MVP.
Hustle at its best. Hill exploring, kicks it out, three ball is off the mark, and rebound another one to the relentless Annalie Maley. Maley, why not? Sure, but at that time. And here comes away with it.
Probing.
Can't leave Hill wide open, and she knocks it down.
Rattles it in.
Finally gets something to go uncontested, but down the other end, just easy transition and a complete breakdown by the Flames results in an easy deuce for Megan McKay.
Yeah, Bendigo on the break have been impressive.
Rowe. Kahia.
Kelly Wilson easily slides under that ball
Another
screen.
three, not that time. And rebound to Kelly Wilson. Ellie Wilson the other way. Again, McKay setting herself up in the post. Going to go inside. Nice hands from Froling, knocks it away.
Great D, Kelly Froling.
Here's Willoughby the other way. Again, Griffin is back. And here launches. That's two pieces of the iron, but rebound McKay. And that's her 8th of the ball game.
Sydney just can't, they're shooting 20% from the three-point line. I'm not sure that spraying away is going to do it for them here.
And that's go. That is good.
As we
from
say,
Allie
spray
Wilson.
away.
Spray away. Why not? And it's out to 22.
Conversely, Bendigo Spirit are shooting at nearly 40% from the three-point line. As Willoughby goes to work, steps through.
Again, it's all isolation with her. It's 1-on-1 and 1-and-2, 1-and-3 in some instances. Wilson to Wilson.
Bendigo controlling tempo here, working that seam ball screen.
Oh, nice pass.
Wow.
Beautiful move. And Megan McKay, again, she's dominating inside right now. 12 points and 7 boards.
Execution. Bendigo are just executing. It's pretty to watch.
And this thing's gotten right out of hand. Willoughby. Froling way off. And rebound Annalie Maley.
Bendigo has still got juice, looking to probe, but Maley will pull it up now, see if they can execute again. Again, the execution has been superb.
Double-double again for the double-double machine. And that was just too easy from Griffin. And this thing has just gotten way out of hand. Timeout Sydney. And Bendigo have blown the Flames away. 71-45.
Yeah, look, Sydney might have another little run in them, but I don't think a run here is going to be big enough to claw back a win. As we see the stats there on the screen. Annalie Maley 23-11. Megan McKay 12-8. And you see that the scores for Bendigo. Wilson 8, Froling 8, Wilson 8. They're going to have again 5 people probably, and 5 or 6 athletes in double digits. That's hard to defend.
This time out is brought to you by Aussie Hoops. The Aussie Hoops program had its biggest year to date with over 42,000 participants registering to a local Aussie Hoops centre nearby. Aussie Hoops is the perfect introduction to the world of basketball for kids aged 5 to 10 years. Whether your little one is a seasoned basketball fan or simply looking to get out there and give it a go, we have no doubt they'll have an absolute ball of a time. Register now at aussiehoops.basketball to kickstart your basketball journey. So, Carrie, I think it's safe to say this game's over now. Bendigo's defence is just too good, but the question I've got for you, obviously it is Sydney's first game. They're missing Kalani Purcell, obviously, just joining us. They've lost her for the season. That's significant front court depth. What do they get out of this last 6 minutes now?
Yeah, look, I think that, Coach Shane Hill will have them as he is here. Can they run their offense? Can they execute what they want to practice? And see if they can get someone involved. He's obviously got some younger athletes out here now to see what they can do.
Well, that was a nice start of Vanessa Panusa's triple with the timeout. And here's Cassidy McLean in the ball game. Way run. Looks inside, but it's knocked away. Panusas looking for 2 in a row. Not that time. And
the rebound machine.
Her 12th, Annalie Maley. Bit of heat up the floor. Now they have numbers.
And interesting to see here where Coach Kiriyama goes. At what point does he pull, the bulk of their big minutes players and let the young bench play a little bit? Make sure you don't get any key players injured. You still want to maintain momentum in how you're playing, but you also want to preserve your star talent.
Froley. Under Kahia. Launches it. Short with it. Good rebound, Kira Rowe. Goes up. Too strong, but she's drawn the foul. And Kira will go to the line for 2. So a tough night, obviously, for the Flames, but for Bendigo, looking at a 3-0 start to the season and 3 very impressive wins.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll be looking down the barrel of, 3 20-point wins to open their season is an impressive start.
And more for Rowe. And leaves that short.
More than the margins, I think it's their style of play. I think they've set a standard about how they play. It's defensive intensity and disruption. They've got a great mix of tempo push off their defense, and then their execution in the quarter-court is superb. They attack counters, they attack mismatches. As we see Wei Rung using her size to get up and over the smaller Shyla Hill.
Just leaves it short. It's Munga Kahia the other way. Produces Peel. 3. Yes.
Excellent ball movement. They get a penetration, swing pass, wide open look for Shyla Hill. That's good offense. They get their feet in the key and make something happen.
Haven't seen enough of it tonight. No question about it. Ball movement is not something Coach Hill will be looking for from these Flames. Now with a dribble drive, McLean, but knocks out of bounds. No, we've got a foul call. Another official. Call the foul on Froley. And that will send Cassidy McLean to the line for 2.
You see Kira Rowe check out.
Looking for her first point of the game, and she has. Hears it from the crowd. 1 more to come. Leaves it short, but good rebound there from Alicia Froley.
Bendigo have dominated the glass tonight.
Foul off the ball. I think they're going to get the twin for that. And they do. Julie Froley called for the foul. Interesting, Emily Maley still out there, 3:52 on the clock. Interesting to see how long they keep her out there. Now there's a foul the other way though, offensively. It's going to go to Sydney and now technical foul. It's been called. That was called on Alicia Froling, it was.
See Kelsey Griffin check back in for her.
So as a coach, Carrie, I mean, how difficult it is when you've got such a big lead. You know, you're winding down, 3:52 to go. The energy's sort of gone out of the game. To kind of make sure your team maintains the standards that they've set for themselves most of the night.
Yeah, look, I think it certainly helps when you've got players like Kelly Wilson and Kelsey Griffin.
That's a good point.
Those veterans, you know, the great players, you can't tell by their intensity whether they're up 20 or down 20 or it's a one-point ball game. They just know how to play at the intensity regardless of score.
Pushing up defensively as well, trying to keep the energy going. Found McLean there, getting her hand caught in the cookie jar. Sydney possession, side out. That's her second. Madeline Allen into the game for
Coach Kerryama looks like he might starting to pull the trigger on some subs. We see some of the younger bench players moving up to sub in. Does he take out Wilson? Does he take out Griffin or Maley?
Maley just wants to keep adding to her rebound total. 14 on the night, if you don't mind. And Wilson runs into Griffin there.
Maintains her composure.
Loses it out of bounds. Into the sloppy possession. Sydney ball. As you mentioned, some substitutions coming into the game. Emily Maley, her night will be done.
Ice packs for her.
He comes into the game to replace her.
Unlucky for Keely Froling. Nice little inside feed from Panousis as she strokes, looks to stroke the three. Not quite.
And Mahdi with a rebound.
Way run.
So we run down, well down under 3 minutes to go. And good pressure there from Munga Kahia. And nice little recovery there. Little tap out from guess who, Kelsey Griffin.
Her hands have been everywhere tonight. She's been impressive defensively. Led from the front.
Some more substitutions coming in for the Flames. Steph Bairstow seeing her first action, sister of Cameron and Jared. Former NBL, Cameron, former NBL player.
Now again, we see the veterans playing like it's the start of a grand final. Kelly Wilson's intensity with...
Oh, Matt Allen with a knockdown from long distance.
Put me in sooner, coach.
That's
says
right.
the benchie.
Exactly. Wilson. Three the other way, that's off the mark. And Panousis chases the board down. 17-point advantage. Comfortable lead for the home team. Sydney trying to make it a bit more respectable as Kahia is looking inside to Bairstow. Bit of a miscommunication. More substitutions coming in for the home team. And that will be Abby Waring's night done, and did a terrific job on Shiloh Hill defensively.
She did.
That
She
was
made
a big
it
key to the game.
Made it tough. Her length.
Wilson looking for Griffin, knocked out of bounds by Shervin. Still Bendigo possession, 11 on the shot clock, 1:49 on the game clock. Nice cut there, forcing it up. It's too strong from Mahade. And he's Panousis the other way. Inside, little step back shot goes from Steph Bairstow.
Nice little low post move.
A couple of decent possessions here to finish
Back
for
to
the
15.
Flames. Yep.
It's respectable.
They're down by more than 20 a moment ago. Credit to them. They're not getting this completely away. Scoop shot is no good, but the tip is from Kelsey Griffin. Thought she was fouled, no call. star forward. Makes it a 17-point ball game with under a minute.
Can she get a double-double? She's right on the cusp.
Yeah, fight underneath. Hannah Shervin. What do you make of Hannah Shervin? I mean, obviously her first game, one of the Sydney imports, new Sydney imports.
Yeah, look, I thought she, I liked a little bit of her offense early, but I think she struggled tonight defensively against Megan Mackay. She just continually rolled her down and sat her on the rim. I think it took her a little too long to adjust defensively and get around on that. But it might take her a little while to adjust to the league and making defensive adjustments on the fly.
Firing away from deep, and that's off the mark. And this Panousis.
2 possessions left in this game.
Inside going up, Shervin, but she's off the mark. The rebound comes out. Nice ball movement. And a 3 goes down. Nice hit from Ruby Porter.
The benchies.
So the youngsters getting it done. Blowing it out to a 20-point advantage, which is probably about right. The way this game has gone, although that's an air ball. 3 seconds left, and that'll do it. So it is all over, and close first quarter, but Bendigo took control in the second, and from there they were really never threatened, and they run away with it in the end. It was Bendigo 77, Sydney 57, Carragraph.
I mean, to me, that was a clinic by the Bendigo Spirit. Both ends of the floor, their defensive pressure, their adjustments defensively, their ability to execute in the quarter court to go to matchups. We see the stats there on the screen. Annalee Maley, scoreline 23 and 14. She was superb. Kelsey Griffin's stats probably don't speak to the impact that she had on the game. She was all over the defensive end, helping, creating steals, blocking out, locking people up. I thought she was impressive. They played the complete game for my mind.
The Flames, obviously, a very bright start, and you kind of mentioned in the first quarter, Carrie, you thought it was going to be a bit of a grind, bit of back and forth, but once they got attacked inside, they never really had an answer for that in that second period, and from there it was just total dominance from the Spirit.
Yeah, absolutely. We see the Sydney Shyla Hill ends up with 20. She had to work hard for those. Got some in the junk time, but I think early on the clamps were on her. Keely Froling battled hard. Willoughby showed great signs early, but I thought, struggled to get touches where she needed down the stretch.
So right now, let's go to Mark Alabakov. He's got the superstar with him, Annalee Maley.
Yeah, I'm with the player of the game, Annalee Maley. Annalee, another massive win. Third double-digit win for the team this season.
Yeah, that was really good. We all pinched in, everyone played a role, and I think that we go so deep and we're able to run so fast the whole game. And credit to Sydney, they played really hard, but I'm really proud of the way we played tonight.
And you were a real menace to deal with on the offensive end. You were hitting threes with hands in your face. You were getting on the rim. You had a really nice reverse layup that happened right out here in front of us. How do you feel when you get into that flow and you get into a bit of a zone where the basket feels like a hula hoop? How is that for you?
Look, I think every player at some point struggles with confidence, and for me it's been an up and down battle to kind of find myself on the court in the last couple months. And it ebbs and flows, and tonight it just felt like I was calm and relaxed and I let the game come to me. But I mean, I'm receiving passes from Kelly Wilson. They're right in my shot pocket. I don't have to do much. It's already in when it hits my hands. So I'm really blessed to have the teammates that find me, and they give me all of the confidence to just go out and play basketball, and it's something that makes me feel really happy at the moment. It's just me enjoying how I'm playing.
Well, you were phenomenal tonight. Well done.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Mark Alabakov there with Annalee Maley, and look, we've spoken about her all night, and rightly so. I mean, she's something special, isn't she? And the thing you love about her, you use that term, which I think is perfect, relentless persistence, and that is exactly what she is. But what you really love about her as well, apart from the hard work, apart from the enormous tank that she has, she's perpetual motion, is the way she's improving her game and stretching herself out beyond the perimeter. And as we said, if she can knock this thing down consistently, look out as we have a look at the final team stats.
Yeah, look, the stats don't lie. Look at the differential in the rebound count, 53 to 31 at dominance. The assists speak to Bendigo's execution. They move the ball through sets of hand. We heard Annalee Maley then talk about, well, it's pretty easy to score when you've got someone like Kelly Wilson delivering the ball to you exactly where you need it. The turnovers the turnover count was interesting. That seems a little skewed, but again, the shooting percentage is 53% to 35 on the Sydney Flames end. And again, from the pressure that Bendigo applied, they didn't get a load of wide open looks. And that 3-point percentage, 24% v 41. Bendigo shot the ball exceptionally well and put a lot of heat on the Sydney Flames to make their shooting clip a lot lower.
Let's go back to Bendigo and Mark Alabakov.
I'm here with the Sydney Flames captain, Keely Froling. One quarter where you came unstuck, but otherwise you hung with a really quality side. How'd you feel out there?
Yeah, obviously we're disappointed with that. We didn't want to come out and play like that. Like you said, it's one quarter, but we feel like we have a lot to work on. And, we kind of knew it's our first game of the season, so it's a long season for us, but we'll take a lot of learnings out of that. And we've got a really quick turnaround, Perth on Wednesday. So, yeah, a lot of things to take from that.
Well, that's a great lead-in for me. I mean, there was a lot of bright spots for you. How do you regroup so that you can make the next post a winner?
Yeah, I think it's just about, we'll go back, watch some film, look at where we broke down, and, it's going to help when we hit some shots too. So it just feels like it wasn't quite our night tonight, and that's all in our control, and all little things that we control that are going to make a big difference.
Best is yet to come. Good luck for the season.
Thank you. Thanks.
Mark Alabakov with Keely Froling. So before we sign out, we'll run through the team stats and complete stats for you. The Spirit shot the ball at 50% from the field, 34 of 68. They were 7 of 17 from 3. They went to the free throw line 5 times, which is extraordinary considering they had 48 points in the paint carried. That's amazing.
Yeah, again, that came down to their offensive execution. They got the shots they wanted. They managed to get the ball inside through dribble penetration off ball screens, through breakdowns or isolations against athletes they wanted. They rolled people down on the rim. They had a couple of great looks inside. So it was just their ability to execute and get the shots they wanted.
As we mentioned, Annalee Maley, player of the game by far, 23 points, 14 rebounds, 10 of 18 from the field, 3 of 3 from deep, had a couple of assists, so she was everywhere. Megan McKay did a terrific job inside, and she was a real key to the game because Sydney just couldn't handle it. 12 points, 8 rebounds, and a really even spread of scoring across the board. As we mentioned, Kelly Wilson 8, Kelsey Griffin 8. They've actually on the stat sheet, and you and I talked about this off air, Kelsey Griffin hit a 3 in the first half, but I think they gave it to Kelly Wilson. So I wonder if Kelsey will say, hey mate, can I have that 3 back please?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, it's all about the win. Ali Wilson, terrific job off the bench with 8, and Alicia Froling I thought was really solid. She had 8 as well. Sydney shot the ball just 30% from the field, 6 of 25 from deep, 9 of 11 from the free throw line. Shyla Hill had put up some good numbers in the end, but as you said, Abby Warren made her work for every single one of those points. 20 points and 4 rebounds. Jocelyn Willoughby, 11 points. She had 9 in the first quarter. So that's something they really need to look at. You kind of talked about the need to maybe run some sets for her to get her going a little bit more, because we saw she's as bouncy as all get out. She's obviously extremely talented. Maybe other than she was restricted to pretty much just running off pick and rolls or even just some ISO ball.
Yeah, and I think also credit to Bendigo when Sydney were trying to run her off a couple little picks and curl cuts, they negotiated it pretty well. They made adjustments to her, and she had Annalee Maley chasing her around. We saw a couple of instances where the great Kelsey Griffin was defending her and did a good job. So I think again part of that comes back to the relentless pressure that Bendigo were able to apply. They had heat on the ball and made it tough for feeders to get the ball where they wanted to get it to. But I think we're going to see more from her. It's her first game in the league, finding her feet a little bit. But I think she's going to be one to watch in the next few games.
Keely Froling was, worked extremely hard, 10 points, 5 rebounds. Hannah Shervin, the second import for the Flames, just 2 points and 5 rebounds on 1 of 7 shooting from the field. So that's it from us, but stay tuned for Game 2 of tonight's Cygnett WNBL doubleheader. We'll be back at 9:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time to bring you all the action from Perth as the Perth Lynx do battle with the UC Capitals at the Bendat Basketball Stadium. So for Carrie Graff, for Mark Alabakov, I'm Matt McQuaid. It's been great to have your company for Game 1 of tonight's Cygnett WNBL doubleheader. Stay safe wherever you are. Good night.